So P. Diddy was found not guilty, whatever the reason. It's crazy. But see that well, really, that exposes why people didn't want to talk because the potential of him walking means that there's going to be punitive damages for them talking, right? Blackballed or worse, right? So you wonder why ain't nobody talking? Why ain't nobody telling on this man? Because they don't know if he's going down for good. And if you run your mouth when he back out, he's gonna make you pay for it. There's a bigger problem though. The fact that you even got to find somebody like that guilty. I'm not saying that you should just be throwing people in jail, but when you got so much evidence on people, how the hell are they able to walk? Unreal. Come on in here, guys. Peace, peace, peace. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Come on in here. Double tap as y'all come in. We gotta talk. How in the hell does P. Diddy get found not guilty? And I know it's a whole bunch of legal jargon involved, but still, what the hell are y'all, right? Come on in the room. We're gonna talk about it. Why do monsters like this even exist in the first place, right? How do they get away with stuff like this for so long in the first place, right? To the point to where you're now hearing about it years later, right? Come on in here. P. Diddy was not guilty. Double tap as y'all come in. Double tap as y'all come in. This is crazy. How does someone like that, after all the evidence has came forward, he still walk? How? Or it's a technicality. Well, it's some type of legal jargon, some type of loophole. They couldn't do this, they couldn't do that. It's always something, right? And I'm not here to talk about what reason may have been into play is why he walked, right? I'm okay. I got you. Okay, I got you, Angel. Hater. Come on in here, y'all. Let's talk about it. So I want to talk about how does a monster like this get created in the first place, right? How does a person like this commit these types of crimes in the first place on people, right? Right? How? We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna give y'all some time to come in here. Come on in here. Come on in here, family. Come on in here. Let's talk about it. Because I'm hearing the brother walked. I'm hearing he was not guilty. I'm hearing he's not guilty. So I'm already seeing videos here saying that P. Diddy is found not guilty. So let's just talk hypothetically then. How does a monster like this get created in the first place, family? How? I want to talk about how a monster like this gets created in the first place. So they're saying it's still deliberating. Thank you, my black is beautiful. Maybe I'm a little early on the gun. I saw a lot of videos saying it. So how does a monster like this get created, family? I heard someone say that they walked into a office and caught Biggie going down on P. Diddy. Have y'all heard that? Did y'all hear that? I heard someone say they walked into a office and caught Biggie going down on P. Diddy, right? And some other shit like that, right? I want to talk about how a monster gets created, okay? She said, I do believe he will walk, though. Maybe that's what it's looking like. Maybe that's why people are already kind of going there with it. Let me just tell y'all really quickly. This is why monsters exist. And this is why they don't, this is why they get away with so much, okay? Because people, guys, for whatever reason, they're docile. They allow things to happen to themselves. And I'm not blaming the victim, but I'm saying the fear that he has over people, people wanting to get their dreams off, right? Wanting to make their dreams come true. Manipulate those dreams. He'll only make them true if you do something, right? And if you don't do it, he'll blackball you, right? Then give up your dreams. Why would you do it? It's worth that to you? Losing yourself in that? Selling your soul? The reason monsters like this is because I want you to think about this. If you look at the animal kingdom, right? If you back an animal in the corner, they're gonna attack you. They're gonna attack you. They're gonna protect themselves. As a man, if I were positioned some type of sexual offer and put in a position like that for some type of come up or anything, that's gonna be the end of that man's life. Whether anybody believes me or not, there's nobody I need to run and tell. There's no courtroom I need to go to. On the spot, it's a wrap. It's a wrap on the spot, or they'd have to kill me. It's a wrap on the spot, or they would have to kill me. Because never. Why is it that people allow things like that to happen to them? Why? There's an other side to a monster, y'all. There was a situation where they were saying that Diddy would have Cassie sleep with him, right? And Cassie would try and avoid him by saying, maybe we'll get caught. But why didn't Cassie just say, no, I'm not interested? Why did she say, maybe we'll get caught? Because what this would tell P. Diddy is, she just don't want to get caught. So what's P. Diddy going to do? Clear the office out? Now what's your excuse? And see, it's sad, but now he's bending you over because you didn't stand up for yourself. Evelyn Paula, I get you. I'm just saying, if I were in a position to try to get a record deal, right, and I'm being interviewed by anybody, and they try and get me to do some sex shit, it's over for them. It's over. Let them threaten my life, my livelihood, blackballing me, anything. They're gonna pay for that right then and there on the spot because we right in front of each other. Why do I gotta tell somebody and get somebody else to take care of this person for me? They right there in front of me. I think it's really weird to allow people to do you like that. Now, a man to a woman, totally different. There's a power imbalance. But a man to a man, no man should outlive asking you to do some shit like that. It should at least be assault and battery. I'm telling you guys, monsters exist like that because people fail to act like they're supposed. So I think they think violence is just inherently wrong. When you've been given, everybody has been given defense mechanisms. Everybody has. So when is it okay to use them? When someone is trying to impede on your freedom, your life, anything, you have full rights to use it. Every other animal get um every other animal right treatment. Every other animal gets venom. They got claws. They have strength. Some of them make sounds that can fuck you up, right? But every animal has a defense mechanism, something that they have to protect themselves, right? Why does the human find himself or herself in a position of fear, backed into a corner, and refuse to use their defense mechanism, whatever it is? Why? If people did that, less people would try and overcome them, do things like that to them. Does that make sense? And the way monsters are created is it's a whole history of people succumbing to their desires because either they want what's on the other side of it, they fear what's going to happen if they don't, and for some reason they're saying they value life so much that they let somebody take it from them. But I'm trying to figure out why they don't value integrity so much that even at the cost of losing their life, they'll stand on what's right, on who they are. Let's say some guy offers another guy to do a sexual favor, and the guy that's offered the sexual favor is not gay. That's when you stand on that with your life. You don't give up your mentality for that. Why would you? I don't even believe that in a situation where it's a male and female, he offers her to sleep with him for a promotion or something like that, right? I believe in that instance, if she does it, she's selling her soul. But at least she's heterosexual and it's not outside of her um, sexuality. But asking another man to do something like that, knowing this man is straight, it's disrespectful to that man. It's disrespectful. It's violating. So a man in that position has every right to react and get rid of the threat. I know if I have dreams, and I know if someone was to put my dreams on the other side of some type of sexual shit, me and that person gonna have a real problem because what you're doing is you're trying to leverage my dreams, things that's attached to my soul. I'm talking about righteous stuff, spiritual stuff. And you trying to tell me in order for me to achieve my mission, I gotta do something with you? Yo, that's a devil. And people like that shouldn't exist for long. So how does it go for years and it take all these people to say something? And then you learn they got all these victims. Because on the other side of a monster, there's weak people. This is why they exist. On the other side of a bully, there's a lot of weak people that don't have the mentality and the strength to stand up to him, and the bully takes advantage of that. So people should never become that powerful, but they're only becoming that powerful because people allow themselves to be ruled by him. Again, it's something that they want from him. Okay, he got money, he got status, he can help connect you to all these different things. So give up on every bit of that shit before you lose your integrity. Because in my opinion, your gifts and dreams, they're for your tribe. They're not even necessarily for the world. And the reason I know that is technology hadn't existed that long. When you zoom out and look at the world, we haven't had technology that long. So we were dancing in front of our tribal members, man, singing in front of our tribal members. That was how we uplifted our tribe. So now you have an opportunity to be known by the world. The world. Have the world hear your magic. Okay, that's great. But on the other side of that, somebody's saying, look, I discovered you. And in order for you to actually get your music out there, you're gonna have to do this. Man, fuck that. Go back to your tribe. And that person shouldn't exist no longer. Right. You shouldn't be happy with that promotion if you sold your soul to get there, man. I don't know yet, Alexis. I might have been ahead of myself. I saw a bunch of videos that said he was guilty, but the people on here are saying that they're still deliberating. But I'm talking about right now, why does the monster exist so long? How can a man ask another man to do a sexual favor in order to get a promotion, a record deal, or anything, and that man live to tell about it? How's that possible? How is that possible? Because if that happens to me, either he's gone or I'm gone. Potentially, Dana. They're telling me that they're still deliberating, so I'm not sure. I may have jumped the gun on this one. But I saw a lot of videos saying that P. Diddy was found not guilty. So I grabbed the live button like shit. I'm about to get in on this. I'm gonna talk about this shit. This is crazy. The reason monsters like that exist so long is because people are failing to do what is required of them to get rid of that monster. Because as you see, the system may fail everybody and let that man right back out there. And so all the people who spoke up, it's probably gonna be a wrap for them. Exactly the amount of evil a person has to possess within to use their power in such a way is demonic. Absolutely. So think about this. Cassie talks about how when she first met P. Diddy, right? She had him way up here. She looked at him like the end to her dreams. Okay, we get it. But that's the first mistake to creating a monster. Never pedestalize people. Never do that. They're human just like you, regardless of what position or status that they have. So pedestalizing people is the first step to making them a monster. Because now when they make a request of you, you're more apt to um, succumb to that request because you think the world of these people. You think you got to make them happy. And she said that I wanted him happy with me. I didn't want him to be upset with me because of who he was. Number one mistake, you gave him power that he didn't deserve. He was a human and he always has been. So to Pete Diddy, what the world looks like to him is a whole bunch of people bowing down to him, seeing him as more than what he is. So they're helping to shape this man into believing that he's a monster or believing that he's better than most or whatever the case may be. So the reason that a person like this can even use their power in this way is because they've been made to feel that it's okay. Nobody's directly saying no. While they may say this was traumatizing that it happened to me, these people are not saying no and they're not fighting for their integrity. And that's a problem. And people say, but what if something happened to him? Then let something happen to him. That wouldn't even cross my mind. If it was asked of me to do some sexual shit, right? It wouldn't cross my mind. What if I die? Then I die. But you're gone. That's not gonna keep happening. You're not gonna do this to nobody else. Because I refuse to be on the outside looking in, trying to tell a story. This person did this to me, y'all, and being a victim my entire fucking life. Meanwhile, the person that did it is still right fucking there, doing that shit to somebody else. And you know it. And you're not saying shit. And all these people letting it happen. Y'all have no respect for these Hollywood people. Because a lot of them be in on the shit, and the ones who know about it still don't say shit. There's no integrity nowhere. So to me, every one of them are just as guilty. Now, I can't say just that, but they have a guilt in it, man. They gave him the power by giving him their future. Right. Now just think about this. You may say, well, just don't sign to P. Diddy. Nah, nah, because once he gets his eyes on you, it's a wrap. It's people that were signed to other labels that when P. Diddy got his eyes on them, he sent for them. And if they don't come, it's a problem. Just imagine you have a dream, man. And in some kind of way, by the grace of the universe, you get discovered and you get an opportunity for the world to hear you. And somebody can't come up to you with some shit like that. So to me, the way I see stars as house niggas. Yeah, they the slaves that they use to make us jealous and to inspire us to want to be where they are. But you don't want to be where they are. You don't know them people up in the house. They get raped all the time by massa. That's why they in the house. You actually don't have it as bad as them. So they're in the house, right? So it's like, oh, they live in large. They get to ride in the car. They get to drive them. They get to eat the food in the house. You on the outside. You never seen the inside of the house. Good. Stay out of there because you have no clue what these people go through. So you hear about all these stars. They put them out there like they're rich, right? But then you hear about their careers after they're over, and you realize they were never rich. They're saying they were struggling the whole time. That the record deal was jacked up the whole time. But what did they want the world to think? That those people was living large, right? So to the human eye, why wouldn't you want to aspire to be a singer? Shit, you think TLC is paid. Then you find out later TLC was not paid. They was being used. You find out later a lot of these artists were making less than a decent content creator off YouTube or Facebook. But they are being subjected to some of the harsh realities, the most harsh realities you could think of. Look at what they did to Justin Bieber. Look at Will Smith's son. Usher still won't really talk about what happened to him. They say he got rushed to the hospital bleeding. How do you mask that and go through life and keep performing and allow someone that done that to you to just keep existing? How do we hold the parties and labels accountable? Never. Everyone's held accountable. Everyone should be held accountable in this. Because for you to allow the monster to exist, knowing the monster is existing, then what you're doing is you're setting other people up for failure. So you know if you do nothing about this person, that for years to come, anyone from the future, children that's coming up today, are going to be used the same way. You see, they prey on children too. And this ain't just Diddy. It's a cruel world out here. And sometimes you got to be crueler than that motherfucker, or you're going to be fooled. I'd rather be an unaliver than a great thief. I'd rather be unalived than great. I'd rather be unalived than to set my sexuality to the side and fulfill some sexual thing for a man. I'd rather be out of here. To me, that's integrity. Where I'm from, I believe you're supposed to stand on that with your life. I know it sounds, it's something that people say like I didn't want them to, I wanted to live. I didn't. It could have been worse. I didn't want nothing to happen to me. But to me, that's like not an excuse. To me, some things, man, you're supposed to stand on, even if your life on the line. If you know that's not who you are, why would you ever die somebody being somebody else? To me, you die right there. Look, the moment you give up your manhood, your sexuality, your integrity, period, for some shit like that, you died right there. Life that important to you? I love life as much as the next man, but it's not that important to me that my life, the rest of my life, be lived as a rapee. So where are the people who willing to stand on business, literally, like even if their life depended on it? Because it's sad as hell to me to see this in the hands of a jury and a judge. When if it was in the hands of any of those trauma victims in the moment, man, I guarantee you that motherfucker would have stopped. Think about this, y'all. If he tried this with the first person and they immediately went for his jugular, he might have got his bodyguards to handle it, but I bet he's gonna be careful about that. What if he tried the second time and that person do the same thing? I bet he's gonna be careful about that. So where does a monster like this get the confidence to make such offers? It has to be people constantly succumbing, people constantly giving into it. And that's how monsters are created. So in the end, it's all P. Diddy's fault. If he's not holding you down and it's by request and you doing that shit, it ain't all his fault. What is happening with him is the manifestation of all of y'all, all these people being willing to go for that shit. How do we stand up for them? Kiki, interesting. How do we stand up for them? How do we stand up for them when they didn't stand up for themselves? Leroy, they got rules on here. I know it sounds crazy. I hate it myself, man. They done censored it so bad. I mean, they don't call it court systems for nothing, right? To me, I just believe that integrity is priority. Because if you can have breath in your body and you can still have an experience, but that's not living. That's not living if you did that. You're not alive. You're not you anymore. That person died. Let's be real. And I think that's why a lot of these people are so traumatized. They got all this stuff, all these material things, but they lost themselves a long damn time ago. And like once you lose yourself, the sad part is you're thinking it's a one-time event. But no, they take advantage of you thereafter because now they'll use the fact that you did it and hold it over your head. They'll threaten to put it out. And they'll still threaten to take from you everything that you gained by doing it the first time. So that's every reason. Your integrity is really should be the only reason. But that's every other reason why you should say no to begin with. Not just say no, but show them with your actions. Some questions, guys, should be met with violence. I just believe that. I'm sorry. I don't believe violence is the answer for everything. I don't believe violence is the answer for everything. But I do believe some things, the response should be very violent. Because what the fuck, right? You take a straight man and you say do some gay shit in order to get man, what the fuck, right? So you should make that person pay for that. So they never ask another person a question like that. And you be doing the world a justice. And that's the thing. There's no heroes. There's no heroes. There's only villains. There are no heroes. Because people will watch a villain like that exist. He worse than Lex Luthor. He worse than anybody I done seen on the damn shows. And he exists. And it ain't just him, it's many of them. Brother, the ones with integrity never make it to the top. Right, but I get that. But why is it that we're walking away from offers? Like Cat Williams said they made him an offer, he just walked away. He said that the brother asked him to give him, go down on him in front of his own people, in front of his own people. That's what Cat Williams said. And what did Cat Williams do? Just say, nah, no, 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 what, no, no, thank you. That's offensive, yo. So as a man to even be asked some shit like that is offensive. It's violent. So you're a grown man, you straight, right? And this other grown man says, I want to perform this on you. How that make you feel as a man? You don't feel like somebody's already being violent towards you, even though they didn't put a hand on you? It's the same thing with women. Like women feel harassed and traumatized when a man comes on entirely too strong, saying ridiculous things to them, and it really does something to them, right? It ain't just putting your hands on her. There's certain things you can say to her that can traumatize her badly and create negative emotion in her likely that she won't get over it, almost likened to grief. I believe the same thing happens in a man when another man asks him to do some shit like that, to even be asked some shit like that. I've watched this whole. I haven't watched the whole deliberation here, but in the beginning, I watched the first couple of them, right? And what I said was, what this tells me is that people in this world are extremely weak, and often it's not only one person that's doing it. Often the person that you think is the most powerful is really just a pawn. It goes even bigger than that. But it also It also exposes weaknesses in all these different people. We grew up hearing this music, seeing these videos, and many of us aspiring to be artists as well. Then you learn that this is a whole damn rake. And what they're doing is they're showing this to our children, showing them with the chains, the women, the cars, the clothes, the lifestyles. And what it does is it makes our children say, I want that. And to me, it makes them want that dream even more. And it also materializes that dream. It makes them want the dream to come true so they can have materials. When really it's your essence. The fact that you love to sing is really your essence. So it shouldn't be, oh, my singing should earn me these things. And so when you get it twisted like this, it makes you more prone to succumb. It makes you more prone to doing the shit because you've had a whole system, TV, the world around you. You've had it all kind of help manipulate you into believing that to have all these things is great, number one. And then that your singing can give you all those things. Those things in those videos, a lot of times, those artists don't even own. The cars, a lot of times, are rented. And so they're selling you an idea. You can't see how your children wanting to be a rapper or singer could be very dangerous because you know the people on the other side of that. Monsters exist. The music industry really is stolen power. It is, man. So these people say, well, I got access to the cameras, right? I got money to make your shit go worldwide, but they don't have the talent. And so they'll treat you like they discovered you, right? And now they getting your royalties and all this stuff from your actual gift. Long after you dead and gone, you don't even get that. You get underpaid when really they're living off of your dreams, off of your skills. So they all are really kind of monsters. That's why I suggest the artist to stay independent, sell your music locally, try to live a decent life off of that. Because the moment you sit here and say, I want a record that label to sign me so I can make my music go popular, man, you get so much power up. Even if it's like an honest transaction, um, a lot of times they don't release your music like you like for them to. Um, Sometimes they don't like your music, they make you change it. So it's like if you're gonna, to me, integrity again. If I gotta change up my magic, I don't want to be signed to you. It makes no sense. So back to my point about them being the biggest slaves, right? The modern day slaves. It don't seem like they have many choices. It doesn't seem like they have even many choices over who they marry. Because what we're learning is they'll tell you who you even gotta marry. I agree, Diddy cannot dance, rap, or sing. The only time I thought this man lines was decent. The sun don't shine forever, but as long as it's here, then we might as well shine together. Better now than ever. Business before pleasure. P. Diddy in the game, who you know do it better. Yeah, right. No matter what, we airtight. So when you hear something, make sure you hear it right. Don't make an ass out of yourself. What are you doing? Make you moving. You know that I'm two levels above you, baby. Ugly, baby. I'm gonna make you love me, baby. I don't know. That sounds kind of iffy now, but I think that was the hardest rhyme I thought that he had. The beat and everything. I thought that was sick. But other than that, I don't really think Diddy can rap though. No, he can't dance. You're right. Is that the one 50 wrote? Oh, 50 wrote that? I don't even think 50 was out yet. So many people was quiet this whole time. Diddy was sitting in there, and that's why they're slaves. They can't say a word. They're not allowed to. Like I said, they even control who you marry. What I'm hearing. So a lot of these actors and singers, we don't know them guys at all. They only play roles and stuff like that. So as much as you guys love like Michael B. Jordan or Denzel Washington or Renee Zellweger, who on hit him with something crazy, right? As much as y'all watch these people act, what you're seeing from them is someone else's scripts. So these are not their words. You don't know these people. And so it shows you that we are disillusioned into watching the modern day slaves to know about them. Like, for what? Why is it that we even hold artists and singers and stuff like that in a high regard? Why? Do you think that America, not America necessarily as the country, but do you think that we've been psychologically programmed into holding celebrities in high regard? Or do you think that's a part of the human experience that if we see you enough, we see you on TV, that means we got to scream when we see you and think that you're, someone better than human? Why does this happen? I'm serious. Why? Very possibly, Eric. They say they're still deliberating, but I see a lot of videos go up saying that he was found guilty. Okay, so I'm just discussing the possibility of it. I believe it. I thought for sure. I was heated as hell. It's probably going to happen. Stuff like that makes me mad to see people that you know is downright evil walk. I mean, it makes me mad to see them walk because it makes you say, "Damn, the world is really fucked up. There ain't nobody watching over us. There is no treatment coming from no God or universe. People just do what the fuck they want to do, and you're gonna have to stand up and stop them if you want them to stop." Because to this day, I've never seen Superman fly up out of the sky, and I've never seen Jesus come down and stop nobody from being great. I've never seen it, and I'm sorry who that may offend. But what this tells me is we got to learn to defend ourselves, and you got to learn to stand up for yourself even when nobody's looking, even if it costs you your life. Because the fact is, if you allow these people to do this to you, they're gonna do it to somebody else. And there's a duty, man. You have a duty to protect yourself. This is you. If you can't protect yourself, you can't protect nobody. People like that shouldn't exist, and the people who should make them unexist is the people that they victimize. Animals know that. You don't see animals praying that God punish somebody for what they did to them. You don't see animals saying, "Oh God, please, lion police, giraffe police, show up and get this person." You better defend yourself. Some things you're supposed to fight for with your life, and it's either me or you, or are they not like us? It's something, John. It's something. Master Model, I'm gonna keep your comment hidden, but that is the dumbest your mama joke I've ever heard. This dude said your mama is so stupid. She put a book in front of her face and thought she was on Facebook. It's funny, but it's stupid. It's funny, but it's stupid. Why are you laughing? Because it's funny, but it's actually stupid. I've heard better your mama jokes from like toddlers, yo. Your mama's so stupid she waited at the stop sign for it to turn green. We used to say that. Come on, man. What you gonna say next? She's so fast she jumped in the air and got stuck. She fell, gravy poured out her leg. What we got? She's so lazy. I hid her food stamp card under her job application and she starved to death. She's so lazy. I hid her food stamps under her job application and she starved to death. That's crazy, right? I don't believe in holding one person accountable, judging one person for a group of adults and self. Listen, I hold them all accountable. Even the victims have some accountability to this, man. The victims have a responsibility, man, to stand on business and not let people take your manhood, especially men. You are protectors. You can't protect yourself. This person wouldn't even exist if y'all stood up. He'd have been long gone. Well, how is men succumbing to other men? That's to me, that's crazy. To me, if a man solicited another man for some shit like that, it should be on and popping. No word should be said. It should be just going to him. No talking about it. No going around talking about it. No sharing it with nobody else. Because me, if something like that happened to me, I'd feel so small to even tell anybody it happened, and I let the dude walk. If I felt like somebody offered me a sexual encounter as a man for any reason, I'd be embarrassed to tell somebody because it's like saying telling somebody the time somebody punked you or bitched you. To make that offer to you is crazy. I'm not talking about hitting on you. Gay people exist, and I'm not saying you should walk around, fighting them for saying something, right? When I used to sell furniture, right? I never had a gay person try to talk to me face to face. But after the furniture, they might call into the job and shit. I'm like, nah, I'm straight. I look at it like at least they try to do that shit from a distance in the most respectful way. But if a man is in your face and he's sitting here talking to you like he talked to a woman, like I don't know how dude meant it, but the way the preacher dude was talking to Cam Newton about his legs, you could tell Cam Newton was so damn uncomfortable about that shit. Did y'all see that? Let me see if I can show y'all. This is the type of shit I'm talking about. Listen at the tone dude has. Watch this. Hang on, let me give you a better view. Do you hear this shit? Did y'all hear that? Listen, he macking on him, yo. Listen at this shit. He is spitting heavy game. Listen, this nigga said laminate. He trying to say lemonade. He said lanolate. Man, I'd have left out of that chair right then and kicked this nigga in the face. I swear to God. Listen at this shit. Look at this man trying to act this shit off like he don't know what's happening. Listen at this shit. What the fuck is he? Y'all, you don't talk to another man like this. Listen, look how uncomfortable Cam is. Look at him trying to get comfortable. What the hell? Look at Cam's body language, Eric. Look, what you think? Look, watch this. I don't like that, yo. That's weird as hell. Shit like that. It's like underlying shit. It's like, what the fuck is you talking to, bro? And maybe it's just my time frame. I'm 42. I grew up in the eight. I born in '82. You don't do shit like that. Give a fuck how you float. You don't sit here and tell nobody they got pretty legs and then just sit. You use Jergens and shea butter, and it sounds like you talking to a female, like straight up. The softness in his voice, the tone. You talking to a fucking MVP quarterback. This nigga could throw you across the fucking room, and you sitting here talking to this nigga like he's sweet. To me, it's just like, and I know a lot of young heads and stuff. They don't really care about this type of stuff. Like it don't bother them. They wasn't raised on the same type of thing. But yo, you can't come at people. These are older men. Cam a little younger than me. But this what's his name? Jamal Bryant. He older than me. That ain't cool. See, I would have just said that's not what I was going for. You mean pretty legs, bro? What is that? That makes me uncomfortable watching this shit. He macking on him. Listen to the tone again. This is how a man talk to a woman. Yo, if you talk to a woman like this, you're gonna bag her every time. Okay? Listen at this shit. Now, listen, y'all. What does shea butter and Jergens got to do with working out? Now, if you were saying, okay, bro, I can tell you going hard in the gym, man, you're getting good results, man. Keep it up. Yeah, you don't like you miss leg day at all, bro. You make me want to get in the gym. Okay, man to man, that's a compliment. Okay, that's a compliment. But you sitting here saying, yo, you got pretty legs, man. Oh, they laminated. You use shea butter, Jergens. What are we talking about here, bro? And I get it. Cam has his show. He don't want to come off as, I imagine Cam is straight. He don't want to come off as gay bashing or anything like that. So now he's forced, and this is what I mean by monsters. He's forced to play this role because you know he ain't cool with that. But he know if he snap, he probably get canceled, because people act like you can't stand for your manhood. Remember when the girl tried, when the tranny tried to kiss Genuine? Let's show you. Look at this right here. Genuine got ran through the mud for moving away from this guy. Watch this shit. Why you think that's why did this person think that shit was cool? See, like now, I don't know why Genuine put the blanket on and even turned towards. I don't know what's going on with that. But when the dude went to go kiss Genuine, he moved away and he had to laugh it off. And they still said that he was homophobic. That's why I say niggas say they want it straight. But when you give them a glass of Genuine, like it's crazy, but think about this. They say they want it straight. They want the truth straight. But when you give them a glass of gin, they whine. So Genuine is straight. And they offended because he don't want to play. Like it's just, to me, it's crazy. And this is Hollywood. And to me, this shit is psychological programming to make you believe this shit is okay. I believe Cam had every right to go up on that dude on his own show, not because gay is wrong, but because he's not gay. And you coming at his manhood for acting like that. You don't go up to a man and say, "Yo, you got pretty legs. They laminated. You probably use shea butter, Jergens, and Man, you disrespecting that brother, yo. I don't like that. And if Cam would have went off, I don't see nothing wrong with that. But the world is so confused, they'll try to make it seem like, oh, Cam got a problem with gay people. Nah, 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 I ain't idolizing nobody. I'm telling you, my thoughts are Cam is straight, but Cam is got a show, and he knows how the world is today. And he knows if he act how he want to act behind that, he'll probably lose his show. And it's sad because bit by bit we lose our integrity. Bit by bit, they chopping at us, make it where you can't exercise your rights as a human being, as a man, and where you gotta let shit like this, even subtly, exist right in front of you, knowing that shit is rubbing you the wrong way. Now I say to a man all day, a woman all day, look, dude's gonna try to talk to you. That's the world. So when women be like, ugh, don't speak to me, that I don't get because that's a man, you a woman. But we know that that's common. That's natural. That's completely accepted. We know that straight men find it offensive when gay men come at them. And you might say, well, that's just their problem. I'm tired of hearing that. I'm not saying to anybody out there who has a lifestyle that you're wrong for the lifestyle. But I think it's ridiculous to act like a person don't have a right to feel offended that somebody came at their sexuality like that, and they're not that way. I think that's completely weird that you're asking people to be that docile that they don't get offended that you talking to them that way. Yeah, I've heard that, John, the verdict. Yeah, I'm not overreacting. Evelyn, I tell you, when you're old school, you raised to defend yourself, man, and your manhood. You don't let somebody come at you like that. And men my age will tell you, I guarantee you, you take a general consensus of 40-year-old men and up, they will tell you that shit right there could have got his ass whooped. And if it wasn't on camera, it probably would have. Just because of the sheer discomfort that Cam would have felt, it'll make you lash out. It's not as serious as I'm making it seem. How old are you, homie? How old are you? How old are you, homie? 37? You close to 40. So what's your thoughts? It's not as serious as I'm making it seem. What you thinking? So what you think about that? You think that what Jamal Bryant was doing was just harmless and Cam should have just he took it the right way, just take it for what it is, don't worry about it. Hey, he ain't put his hands on you, right? What is it? Because to me that's deliberate. You could have just said the man, are you working out, bro? I can tell you work hard, good work. When you start saying they look laminated, that shea butter and Jergens and all that shit was, and he just kept going. He kept going. So the reason I say if that's a woman there, that is a man. So it's natural. You know, a man's gonna try to flirt with you, right? So you can see where a woman wouldn't be retaliative with violence, right? You can see how she might just say, "I'm uninterested." I appreciate the compliment, but no, thank you, because she understands it is natural. It's life, right? So if a man is sitting there and a woman saying, "Man, you got some nice legs," even if he's married or whatever, he knows that's the way of life. She gonna compliment you. She can compliment you. I can be walking with my wives, and women will still compliment me. They don't necessarily like it, but it comes with the territory. I can be walking with my wives, and dudes will still look at them. come with the territory. You know, it's far different when someone is the same sex as you. That it's different. And I think that gay people even know that they got to move differently. Gay people even know you can't just be walking up to any old and everybody hitting on them. They know that. And this ain't got nothing to do with someone hating them because of their sexuality. It's just not accepted. It's just not something that men feel very offended by that. Number one, the thought in mind is, why the fuck would you even try me? Why did you even think I was like that? If you replace Cam Newton right here, just mentally, replace Cam Newton with a woman. Listen to that Jamal Bryant's tone and everything. This is not even said with no masculinity behind it. It's not said like we're both men. It's said like I'm flirting, like clearly I'm flirting with you. Just listen at the imagine it say girl here. Listen. You got pretty legs. Oh, man. What? So, so you're just gonna decide for us what's acceptable for us? No, but it is because I watch women. Okay, I've been single before. I walk up to women and said similar things, and they like it. They flirt back. So I know a woman expects this. A woman goes outside and men flirt like this all day. They tell her her body looks nice. They tell her she has a beautiful face. They tell her sometimes they get even more uncomfortable than that. But this is something that you're used to. So you think, okay, you build up some tough skin, right? So you get used to it, right? And you think Cam is sus. Oh, okay, I don't see that or whatever. But or I don't play like that. I don't call people that. I don't like when people play like that with me. So I would never play like that unless a man say out of his own mouth he float that way. Because other than that, I know I'm disrespecting that man. Because when I grew up, calling someone that is like calling him weak. So if a man didn't say he was that way, then that word to me is offensive. Now, if a man is that way, that word just describes him. But if a man has not said he's that way, that word is said to hurt him, to chop him down. You understand? To offend him. And you see people from that era use shit like that. You understand? They know you're not that way, but they play like that because they want to offend you. Do you understand? A lot of younger people, you really ain't about to offend them by saying that. They don't give a fuck what you're talking about because it wasn't looked at in their generation like it was looked at in ours. In our generation, those are fighting words. So somebody coming at you like that, and to a man, is foul. I think you are determined to miss my point, FBA Cali. So I'm no longer going to respond to you. Okay, you're determined to miss my point. So are you saying so you can accept men being offended, but women are not allowed to be offended? Where did I say that? Where did I say that? And she said, guess what? Women don't like it either. So women don't like when men flirt with them, or women don't like when the men they don't like flirt with them. Let's get real about this. Women like to be flirted with because they like when I flirt with them. I don't get women saying, "Oh, don't compliment my legs." I get women saying, "Thank you. You look nice too." Say what, handsome? You keep on talking, I'm gonna come wrap them legs around you. That's what I'm used to. So you can't convince me that women don't like that because I know that what I get from women, they like it. So if I was some other guy, I might be saying something different. But I know that women, it's whether she like him or not because she is heterosexual. To a guy who's straight, it ain't no way about that. Okay? It ain't no way to come in there. So every man, everybody is different. Don't put all women in the box. Lady, if you are heterosexual, you know men will try to come on to you, whether you like it or not. You know that. And it's not seen as the same way. So are you telling me that women are just as offended when they are heterosexual and a heterosexual man flirts with them as a straight man would be when a gay man flirts with them? Is that what you're telling me? Because it sounds like you telling me men don't have no right to be more offended than a woman. So you're really trying to project some shit on me. But really it's you. It's really you. So if a heterosexual man tries to talk to a heterosexual woman, you're telling me that a man, a straight man, has no right to be more upset than a heterosexual woman when a heterosexual man come on to her. Come on, man, you got to be kidding me. There's so many things that's happening here, right? Well, Callie, FBA Callie, it sounds like you are trying to speak for every woman because you're in the comments saying, "But you are you speaking for every woman?" If you know that's just not you, then just let it go. We could have been moved on to another point. Can I say, that's a damn good burger? Why? Why are you looking at this? Why are you gonna say who I look like? Ross said, then shut up. I'm not saying that. If you're trying to defend every woman as if she don't understand the point. If a woman is heterosexual, she understands when she goes outside, men will try and talk with her. She may be offended at how some of them pursue. FBA Cali, are you telling me a guy that you are attracted to, you mind when he flirts with you? Let's say you see a guy, you're attracted to him, you like him. When he walks over to flirt with you, you're offended by that? Yes or no? Speaking for yourself, not other women. If you like a guy and he's flirting with you, he says something similar to you like this guy did, you're offended by that even though you like the guy? Because from my experience, a woman can hear one guy say a thing, and if she likes him, it's accepted, it's cute. But if she does not like him, oh, it's the worst thing in the world. I'm trying to figure this out. If Cam was upset, that's fine. My issue was you saying the same behavior wouldn't bother a woman. Okay, I'm speaking about you. She said if I was in the same situation as Cam, I would be offended. That's all. So if you like the guy, if you're sitting across from a guy you like, and he go, you got really nice looking legs. What you putting shea butter on them? In that same tone, you telling me you're offended, FBA Cali? Just let me know. For any man who may like you, they need to know not to flirt with you then. Because to me, that's natural. That's a natural thing for men to do that. Men are going to do that. How am I like somebody I don't know? Oh, so you never, okay, you just weird. Okay, you just gonna be weird. Okay. How you gonna like somebody you don't know? Okay. I'm sorry. Forgive me. She don't like people she don't know, y'all. She never saw nobody and was attracted to them. This never happened for her. So for normal people, okay, for normal people, you see somebody you're attracted to, you get on the elevator with a woman, a guy you like, you heterosexual, and the person says, "Ah, you're beautiful." Typically, you would like that coming from the person that you like, right? That you find attractive, right? I sound like Samuel Jackson. I don't sound like no Samuel Jackson. That's funny, man. You're not attracted to Jamal Bryant. That's not what I asked you. I don't know why I'm giving you so much attention. FBA Cali, listen to me. I didn't ask you if Jamal Bryant said that. I said if a man that you like. How old are you? FBA Cali. You said 37. Who? Let's say Denzel Washington, right? If you know a lot of women like Denzel Washington. Let's say Denzel Washington sitting across from you, right? And Denzel hits you with a okay, all right, okay, I see you, okay. And you like what? You 39, okay. Denzel hits you with the okay, I see you, okay. Mm-hmm. You like whoa? You like nice legs you got there, mama. Huh? What is that? Shea Burgers jerkins? What is that? Huh? Them things laminated, ain't they? Hmm. What you doing? What you doing, FBA? It's Denzel Washington right there. He said, mm-hmm. Okay, okay, all right. I see you. Nice legs you got there, Miss Lady. Hmm. What you putting on there? Shea butter? Huh? Suave Jergens? What you putting on there, huh? Them legs look laminated. They glowing in the dark. Okay, I see you. I just like them a lot. Cultural hats. I just love them. First time I put one on, it suited me. I believe in going out and, and dressing the way you see yourself, choosing your own style. So I'm not into urban wear, none of that. I chose my own style years ago. It chose me really. It calls my name. I feel more responsible in it. I feel regal in it. I feel confident in it. It's just what makes me feel good about myself. And I think everybody should pick their own attire as it speaks to their soul, not what they tell you to wear as far as fashion goes. And honestly, that makes a lot of people uncomfortable how I dress, which is I don't know why I'm not wearing anything offensive, nothing with cuss words on it, but they mock how I dress. But I think it makes them feel insecure because they're not confident enough to go out in whatever they feel comfortable in. And they're wearing styles and fashion and, wearing what they think is in style. She said, okay, but if he starts talking about my legs during an interview, I would most likely feel awkward, knowing he's married. I don't really know him. I would feel weird. But you okay? I got you. You making him married. You putting him on the interview. Okay, I'm just saying the brother is hitting on you on the elevator. Ain't nobody around. It ain't Denzel Washington, but it's somebody who looks just like him. Okay, he identical. You thought it was Denzel Washington, right? If you Denzel Washington, nah. Why you say that? You look just like him. Okay, thank you. By the way, man, you got some nice legs. What you putting on there, Jergens? What you putting on there, shea butter? What you mean? They look laminated. Them things glow in the dark. I try to climb up, but I think I'll slide down. You ain't gonna say, you keep on, you gonna have them legs wrapped around you, sir. Maybe that's just my experience. That's what he said. He said that. He said they look laminated. But he said lanolated. Oh, it's crazy. Show you my collection of headgear. I got a few with me. I will. Let me show y'all real quick. I'll show you a few. Can y'all hear me now? You can hear me now? Okay. So I was saying I like how the tops of them have that cathedral type and that cathedral type look. I believe your head is your heaven, right? I believe your head is your heaven. You heard? So I love that. I love decorating my crown, um, all that stuff, right? This one even has, and I think, look at this one. Actually, guys, I have a peacock on my head, a bird, symbolizes being awakened. The peacock has many eyes on it. If you look at it, each one of those feathers is called an eye. They're used in Hinduism. One is always with Ganesha, the elephant, and that's my favorite Hindu god. So I have the peacock. I have Ganesha's peacock right here, representing being awakened, and then I have Ganesha himself right here, and then I have the Fibonacci sequence, the perfect Fibonacci sequence with the sun around my hand. So Fibonacci, which is the fingerprint of God, fingerprint of the universe. This is in every single creature. You see this in the back of your head, right? Your hairline, it starts like this. It does this, right? So again, I got Ganesha, and I have a peacock on my crown. Don't know how good it shows, but yeah, they want to make jokes about it. Of course, they're gonna make jokes about anything because they're insecure. They hate us. Haters. Childish people. Nobody who's doing that is a grown up. Believe me. I would never reduce myself just going around name calling somebody and worrying about their tattoos and trying to make my own reason for why they have one. It's crazy. Now Cam does show off in his clothes, if that's what you mean by he's a peacock dude. He does show off. He wears his hats, he wears his feathers or whatever the heck he wears. He wears shorts with suits. But that's just style. To me, I look at that like style. Nothing about that says weakness or anything like that. I don't do men like that. I feel like every man has the right to express himself, just like every woman does. And I don't think you should be able to make somebody weak by how they dress. Um, and even if they're gay, they don't mean they're weak. It's just their sexuality. So I don't believe in anything like that. So don't think by this video, by me talking about P. Diddy and the gay type offers that I'm looking down on gay people because it's not that at all. I don't believe gay people are less men than men. I think they're just men who like men. But I do believe offering somebody something or being offered something like that beyond your sexuality, then you have a responsibility to stand up for your sexuality and put your life on the line, your integrity on the line. It's offensive, man. You trying to strip somebody of their dignity. Say hate is fuel. Quote King of the Truth. I like that. And that's what the world turned into, Eric Weston. A lot of people doing that. A lot of people do that. And you see with the P. Diddy thing, you're learning a lot of people have done that and gotten down like that. Now, in my opinion, if you already get down like that and you go and you do that shit, I mean, that's on you. But if you a straight man and somebody come at you like that, you're not supposed to be doing that. And I don't think they should be living to tell about it. I'm just saying. I ain't trying to throw nothing out there. I'm just saying, for me, if anything like that ever came my way, that person wouldn't be living. So you get a lot of strange rumors, right? And try and suggest that I've ever been in a situation like that. Believe me, if I ever was, that person wouldn't be allowed to talk about it, or I wouldn't be allowed to talk about it. She said Jamal is DL. Perhaps he was just going with the flow. Again, I think that's what offends men because I think somewhere in their mind they do wonder, did I do something to deserve that? Did I move a certain way to make you think I was with that shit? So there's some offense to that. So there would still be offense to it. Probably more so because if the dude was like, yeah, I thought you was that way based on how you dress, walk, talk, act, anything, you probably about to be in a world of trouble, especially if the brother is just not that way. Some people was raised by their mothers. Some people just present themselves differently. But if you look at a lot of men my age, a lot of them present themselves with a more aggressive mentality because they was trying to avoid being called that back in the day. And that's how they act. Back then that was something you didn't want to be called. But either way, I just strongly believe that if you try somebody like that, um, their reaction should be justified. It should be justified. You shouldn't be able to do that to people. Put their career on the line, threaten them with being blackballed, threaten them with harm, and they not be able to react accordingly, right? I got you at the end. Greetings from Germany. Peace to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nobody should be forced to do anything that isn't natural. You're absolutely right. Bullseye says you're right. They just never stop. Like, give it up. It's jealousy at this point. You know it is. Because to me, for a man to pretend that he was came on to by another man and not do anything about it, avoid the guy at all costs, and only try to make videos to disparage the man's character, to me, that's gayer than gay. That's actually gayer than gay right there. Because if you believe somebody did that to you, make them pay for it. Don't just make videos and make jokes. And if it happened to me, I wouldn't want to be nowhere around the person or associated with them. So to me, it says the person is actually interested in this person. And I have heard that brother say he was attracted to me several times. Several times he said this. When he was around me, he used to try to dress like me. He wore all my clothing lines. If somebody said anything offensive to me, he was making videos about him for days until I told him to stop. It's like he thought I was his woman, or it's like he wanted to be my woman because he acts very feminine. He got long hair down his back. Always putting it in weird little feminine styles. They say he used to wear lipstick. They say he used to put contacts in his eyes. His brother, actually his baby mother's brother who grew up with him, said that he was known as being that way. So shit has came out on the guy. So what I see is a person who saw me online, thought I was fine as hell. Honestly, I just see it like this now. Because what he told me was that I really appreciate what you teach and I want you to be my mentor. But I believe he thought I was fine as hell. He just didn't be man enough to say it. So he had a crush on me the whole time. And when he realized it was getting him nowhere, he lashed out, just like dudes get when they don't get the pussy. I swear to God. I don't know how to see it in the other way. Because I know I've never done anything to him. But he always used to compliment my looks. He always used to talk about how fly I was, calling me a pretty boy, a pretty nigga. He called his own cousin chocolate. It's wild. He is weird and obsessed with you. Absolutely. I've never seen a man bother a man for 6, 7 years about his life, just watching his life, talking about it, his life, getting pleasure in talking about his life. I've never seen it. Now, me personally, I've never reached out to somebody online dying to meet them, saying, if you ever need me, I'll do whatever for you, just to be in your company, whatever you need. I like you. I like what you say. I like what you're doing. I ain't never reached out to nobody with no shit like that. And I've heard some intelligent people out here, some people saying some shit, but nobody's compelled me to want to reach out to them and ask them to be my mentor. I'll film you for free. I'll do whatever for free. And then make videos about anybody who didn't like the guy. Wore his clothes. That's all he wore was my clothing line. At one time, all you caught him with was Born Winners clothes on. So it sucks, but truth be told, he has the same mentality and behaviors as the women who can't get over me. Women who I've dealt with in the past, women who had heavy crushes on me, all in high school, they all treated me badly. They all talked junk and ran me down. So I recognize something very consistent. And they think I don't know that they like me. I just don't call it out. Because here's what used to happen in school. A girl constantly following you around the school, stalking you, got something to say, smart. And really they do this because they don't think that you would even talk to them. Because I've never had a beautiful woman treat me this way, unless she's been near me before and almost had a chance or got a chance. But I don't get beautiful women treat me this way at just at first glance. But I do get women who are not that attractive treat me that way. Talk junk and be mad at me just because they don't think I would like them back. I've gotten the cash registers and the girl got an attitude. And it's because she likes me and she don't think I would like her back. So I've seen this a lot my entire life. Women get a crush on me, and now they talking shit about me at every turn. And it really is to get your attention or make themselves feel better that they can't have you. They're trying to convince themselves not to like you. I don't know what it is. But his behavior is very consistent with bitter women who can't have me. And when I was in high school, I would call them out for it, be like, yo, if you like me, just say it. They just denied it. So I stopped accusing them of it. I just left it alone. Okay, you don't like me. Okay. So you let me get this straight. You don't like me. So that means you watch everything I do. It means you want to know everything about me, who I'm dealing with. You worried about who I'm dating, and it's all this. Oh, wearing locks and stuff like that. I'm with that. I'm with that, Eric. I'm talking about putting it in feminine styles. You understand? So forgive me if long hair sounds like an issue. My son wears long hair, but I'm talking about putting it in feminine styles, man. Some ways you shouldn't wear your hair, just as a man. I don't believe that. But, hey, to each his own. I would say a person who's supposed to be hyper focused on being a masculine man wearing his hair in certain ways, I think that looks a little weird. But I do get that some people got style and they wear their stuff however they wear it. But when I look at the person's behavior, it's indicative of a girl who has a crush. And I heard him actually say it one time. He said, what attracted to me, he said, what attracted me to him in the beginning was, and he called him and said, well, I didn't mean to say attracted. I meant what drawn me to him. Nigga, you was drawn to me, nigga? Better relax, bro. And then show jealousy and hostility for any guy who's around me now. So any male friends I have now, he shows hostility for them. He tries to act like it's something wrong with him, and he tries to accuse them of being gay. But He was so-called my friend for longer than D Ham or any of these guys. What was he when he was around me, following me to all my events? What was he? Gay? What it looked like? Because now if any other dude is friends with me, they're gay. So when you was friends with me, what was you? It's mind blowing. Mind blowing. So I treat him like all the other ugly women that I don't like. Ignore them. That's all you can do. Because when you argue back with them, they got what they want. They got your attention. They like that. They actually want to be arguing with you. That's why you got to ignore them. So when that woman that you know you don't like is walking around saying shit, fucking with you, you just got to ignore her. And when that dude seemed like a hater, he actually is a lover. He just don't want to admit it. Something about you makes this person feel attracted and they're uncomfortable because they haven't confronted their own bullshit, their own demons. It's unreal. So y'all be safe out there and be careful who y'all let around you because, fellas, just because it's a guy who comes around you, if he comes around you saying, I watch all your stuff, fanboying, I got all your stuff out, I let my kids watch your videos, I just want to be mentored by you. I just want to talk like you. I want to express myself like you. I want to dress like you. They come to all your events. They see all the women be liking you. Don't the women be liking them? They see all the people praising you. Nobody praises them. Eventually, it turns into a huge selfish moment. And they want to destroy that because it makes them feel small. Why can they come up short when compared to this person all the time? Why don't things happen for them like they happen for him? All that is some weird shit. And people like that, you let them around you, they're in your life. That's why you hear about a lot of people getting killed by their own friends and shit like that. It's shit like that. Jealousy, envy, underlying homosexuality. I ain't gonna lie. But honestly, guys, my point of this video is monsters exist like that because nobody stands up and does what heroes supposed to do. Stand for integrity, stand for righteousness, stand for truth. Even if it costs you your life, heroes run right into danger to protect others with their own life being at stake. If someone came at you over some shit like that and you didn't stand up for that, you can't protect nobody else. Because somebody put your manhood on the line and you gave it up. It's over. Yeah, I heard that too, Eric. That's crazy. And this is what I'm saying. That's how the game go. So somebody come at you like that, man, you got to stand on business. Otherwise, they'll do this shit to somebody else. Now, I don't know if you're going to walk, but he likely is. And if he does, the people who try to tell on him, they probably going to have hell to pay. But it's people around him every day. And there's going to be other people that he violates. When will somebody stand up and put their life and everything on the line for this? When will somebody stand up and put their life on the line for this? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Let me know. Do you believe that in some particular cases, a person should stand up even if their life is at risk? Yes or no? Do you believe that in some particular cases, a person should stand up and even confront a situation violently over an offense? They might not even be in harm's way exactly. But do you believe some things are so offensive that a person is justified for responding in a violent way? I'm gonna end this live, and I want you guys to answer that question on the other side of the live. Come back and just put yes or no. All right. Actually, I'll give you a couple moments here. Go ahead. I'll give you a couple moments here to put yes or no. Do you believe in some situations violence is justified? Even when someone's not necessarily bringing violence upon you, those offers, those innuendos? Do you believe that violence is justified when you disrespecting somebody that much? Let me know, family. Let me know. Let me know, family. See that Lewin right there? That's Cali right there with a fake page. That's him. People want to say that to me for a long time because you think I'm his daddy. I know who you are, boy. I know you anywhere you go. Now, not you, FBA Cali, not you. This Loom guy. Look, I'm from Germany, bro. Now you from Panama. You went to school in Panama. Talking about you sit on my lap. We know who you are. We all know who you are, bro. Take that shit back over there. Okay, FBA Cali, I know. I'm not talking about you. There's another guy who calls himself that same girly name. Okay. There's another guy who goes by that same girly name. Okay. Loon, they said you look like you do freak offs, man. Just relax, bro. Chill out. I can tell you if you're not him, I can tell you who would let you sit on his lap, or he wouldn't do anything about it. He just say you asked him to, and then bother you for 6 years behind it. I know somebody you should go ask. He ain't gonna do shit but act like a victim and bother you for 6 years. He tried it with me, and I never hit on him. So you actually go hit on him. Maybe he has some real reason to be mad. White people don't do freak offs. They be there. They was at the parties too. It's not exclusive to black people. Loon. Hey, y'all tell this man where to go. Tell his brother where to go right here. That way this person can actually get hit on so he can have something to really be mad about. Wow. Yeah, you never heard of Epstein or something. Like, what's going on? Tell me what to do, sir. I told you. Go holler at your boy. Go ask him, can you sit in his lap? Go holler at your boy. He'll let you. Trust me, he'll let you. You was tight. I saw him the day he had a sun visor on, like he was going golfing on tribe. Funny hat. Man got a sun visor on. All right, y'all. I'm about to be out. But monsters exist because people fail to stand on business. That's why. And that's why there's no heroes. I'm serious.